Hey guys, Chase here, Southern Sky Farm. Today is February the 19th, February the 20th. I'm not even sure what day it is. I'm not even sure if I have my cell phone on me. Well, this is a great start to the video. Yeah, I'm about to find my cell phone in a second. But we're sitting in the truck here, got it warmed up, and it snowed for probably about 2 hours now, and the roads are covered, sidewalks covered. The grass is not covered yet, but it is snowing pretty good. It's around 8 in the morning, and the main thing I'm going to the farm for quickly this morning is to get the waterworks fired up and make sure that they're working. We do have a heater in the well house. We've got that cranked up last night. We do have a 150-foot hose running to the cows in the hayfield. We do have a heater inside of that 50-gallon tank to keep that from freezing. And then Dad last night was supposed to take the hose off of the yard hydrant and then close the yard hydrant so it wouldn't freeze. And he did do that, but he thought that the hose was already frozen last night. So we might pop some water in that and see if it'll actually work. It may not work. If it doesn't work, then we're going to have to fill it up manually, and we'll kind of fill it up every 3 to 4 hours to make sure the cows have enough water to get through this winter storm. The bulls, theirs is right beside a yard hydrant. We don't have electricity down there, but we do have about a 4-foot hose, so I filled that up manually this morning, and that's a 50-gallon tank also, and it's only 5 bulls drinking off of it. So I think that that'll be able to last them all day. We just have to make sure that's not frozen, and if it is, we'll have to beat it out. So that is this morning's plan. I need to find my cell phone, number one, and then we will be on the way to the farm, and maybe I'll get a little bit of video footage cruising to the farm and show y'all. We have maybe a quarter inch, half-inch of snow so far, and it's only 8 o'clock, and it's definitely starting to snow harder, and it's supposed to snow all day. So stay tuned, and we'll get the water ice knocked out, and we'll see the previews of the snow. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we are pulling into the farm now. Let's see if I can get up a little closer to the windshield. We'll have to hop in the Ranger, because I've got to go down to that field over there where the bulls are. See the bulls? They are hanging out this part over here. All 5 of them. Snow was on their back, so that's good. I'll hop in the Ranger and we'll get to moving. Alright guys, so the first stop we're going to have is we're going to run to the girls and check their water route, just because there's way more cows down there. Get the Ranger fired up. Today's high is 25 degrees, and I think when I looked at the weather before I left the house, the current temperature is 20. It's going to be a chilly one. I think that's the lows are in the teens all the way until Saturday. Alright. We are out of water. We're almost out of water. And they definitely want some water, so I'm not sure. Hose is frozen. I'll try to push water first, and then I guess if that doesn't work, then we'll have to do something different. My dad had mentioned the hose he thought was frozen. He thought it was frozen already last night, so honestly, that's kind of, I pretty much know that this is not going to work. Frozen solid. Alright, well. Time to get another hose, I guess. And I'll make sure that this hose is not frozen before I hook everything up. Not wanting to bite for some reason. You know what's probably got in there? Alright, that. Alright, we'll see if we got water or not. I'm highly skeptical. I will be honest, I'm highly skeptical. Well, this hose also seems frozen. Me, the joys, the joys. I have no idea why this one's frozen. But it is evident it's not going to work. Well, I guess we should have unplugged the yellow hose earlier last night, I guess. Alright, we'll have to go get another hose since none of these are going to work. all this hose is from the pigs when we run their water. Alright, so we'll roll back up there, get the water filled. Alright, so we got that. And we gotta have plenty of stuff to hook up in the need, or in the emergency that you need extra equipment. Alright, so we'll get this one stretched out. We're not going to hook this one into the float. We're going to leave it, and we'll fill this one up manually. All right. Bam. All right, we got all that in there. I think this is a 150-foot run, I think the first one I got was 100-foot hose, and the next one was 50. So, all right, so we got that running water. We'll keep that running. I'll go check it here in a second. This is the rest of our system here. That power and stuff, I've showed you all this before. There's a heater in here. I'm hoping you should be able to hear the heater, I think. I'll be quiet for a second. So the heater's running in there to keep the entire well house from freezing. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, the well house froze and then nothing else froze, but also this is our main source of water. So if that freezes, we can't get water anywhere. So then that's running. I can hear the fan, so that's working perfect. We got a new hose ran. Should be pumping water now. Just check everybody, make sure we're doing all right. The fence is on. the heater that's down there in the bottom, we have this wire going across there so the cows can't get over here to that cord. So they're not going to reach their head over here to get to that cord or chew on it. If you don't put that there, they could possibly chew on it. And they could also not, so it just depends. But I want to make sure I'm careful and they can't get access to that. So with that being said, something else that I want to cover to make sure that everyone understands, and this is a little bit of a fact for the day, I guess. So if you see snow on cattle's backs, that is a good sign. That means that the cows are warm and the cold air is not getting to their actual coat and their body is not actually cold. Now, the best way I can explain that is they have their very heavy fur coats. And there's actually cool air under that snow, keeping the snow from melting. And that means that they are not dissipating all of their heat out of their body to melt all the snow on their back. So it's kind of like a buffer, and it's just basically telling you that their fur is good, they are warm and comfortable, and they are not cold, like internal temperature wise. So there's no worry about them getting too cold. So that's a good little fun fact. Everyone looks like they've got snow on their back. If they didn't, if one of them did not, I'll get concerned now, just because we have 4 days of highs in the 20s and then lows in the teens. So we obviously don't want them to be cold initially to start off with, as soon as the storm is coming in, because the storm has only been here for a few hours. So everybody looks great. Good morning, 2L. Good morning, boy. Good morning, boy. So everybody looks great. I'll be back this evening to feed them. I fed them 2 bales yesterday. They'll have to dig through the snow to find a little bit, and then when I come back today, it'll probably be 3 to 4 o'clock. And the snow, I'm hoping, is done. If it's not done, then it is what it is. We'll get the hay out there, and we'll roll some hay out. We'll also roll that hay for the bulls that are up there. But we'll let this trickle in and fill this water up. It's about halfway full now. The most important part is just obviously making sure that we have the water turned off and drained, so we don't freeze again like we just did. But I'll let that fill up, and then when we're done, I will drain it out, and I will be back here in a second. Alright, so that's almost going to overflow. We don't want that to happen because we'll have ice. So I'll walk over here. We're going to turn the yard hydrant off, unplug it from the yard hydrant, and then we'll drain the hose out. Alright, we're off there. I'll come up here now. Now this is not ideal to have to do every 4 hours or so, but with moving the cows and just a system we have currently set up, this is what we've got to do. Ideally, I would rather have them run off of the automatic waterer, but that's obviously over there in the yellow field. One day it would be cool to have an automatic waterer installed over here, but that just takes money that we don't want to invest in that yet. All right, so since that end was frozen last time. I'm going to hang it up in there down like this. I'm going to hang it where it can drain out more if it needs to, but also so ice doesn't form in the actual like threads of the hose, because that's what it did on that hose right there, and then the other hose had the same problem. So we are all done here. The heater's working. We have the girls watered. We have our line drain. We have this closed so it doesn't freeze. And we have all of the girls done now. So eventually maybe we'll do a project of getting a automatic waterer done right here. That'd be some cool YouTube videos for y'all, but until we acquire some more funds, we won't be able to do that. But everything is done here. Everything is looking great. It kept that water unthawed with the heater. So we'll hop in the Ranger and we will roll to the bull paddock. Good boy. Alright, so all the bulls, they also look excellent. You can see that Tank, the one back here, just shook the snow off of his back. And Samson and Ace are over here doing what they do best. Hi. Hi. I smoke. These are all our bulls. We can walk up, pet them, stand here, hang out with them, and we don't have to worry about them doing anything dumb. So go down here to the bottom where the waterer is and get that filled up. And it already doesn't look good. Well, we're completely frozen here. And let's see how bad it really is. Ain't too bad yet. Let me get something worth beating with. I may have drinking a little bit of water. Put some gloves up here. Alright, so we busted their water open or whatever. But this is the little hose we left here last night. So we can plug this up to this yard hydrant. Put that tighten up on there. Now, boom. We are going to have water in a second. We'll fill this one all the way up. But it's nice having this little yard hydrant here. This is actually the well. This well right here is actually the well from Mom and Dad's house. So we're running water for the bulls off of their well. All right, get that closed off. Most important part is get this thing unscrewed and drained out. If we don't do that, here in a couple hours, it's going to be not very fun for us. So the same thing for this one is I'm going to have it drooped over like that so the water can drop out of it and it won't freeze on the end. If we leave that on the ground or whatever, then it'll freeze on the end. So what I was saying is this well right here runs my parents' house. It runs this also, and this is how we water the bulls, and the bulls are right here. But my question is I'm trying to figure out if I can take power that powers the well here, because we do have power here, that powers the well, and then make a receptacle to run a heater inside of that. That is my question that I haven't been able to figure out yet. But this is the bull's waterer. They obviously haven't drank much water at all, to be honest. They're up there hanging out, enjoying the day of snow, and we took care of the girls. So that's gonna be all for this video. I kind of wanted to show you all how we fight the water situation when we do not have the automatic waterer that is over there with the cows, and how we basically run the stock tanks with heaters, hoses, manual filling, and kind of our time range that we use when it comes to filling up the water. Now, of course, if 4 hours is not enough for the girl, it's 40 some head of cattle over there, we'll change it to 3 or so. We just kind of play it by ear and do the best we can and make sure that everybody stays warm and healthy. This evening, we will also roll out a bale of hay for the bulls, and they're calling for 3 to 5 inches of snow. Right now, we don't have very much snow. It is snowing pretty hard. I guess we'll see where we are here in a couple hours. So that'll be all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like our channel, subscribe to our channel, comment below. Wintertime may be coming to an end. We may have a warmer March, but until then, thanks for watching, guys. And y'all have a wonderful day. Enjoy the snow.